Use gels, they said. Do something different, they said. Well, game time. Recently, I had an incredible opportunity to photograph a very good friend of mine, Wayne Hobb. He's the owner of H&H Color Lab, and he is a lover of all things transportation. This guy grew up at a time when it was planes, trains, automobiles. His dad worked on the railroad, and so he's just got this huge passion for transportation. Well, he owns a plane. He has his own private plane, and I wanted to do something super unique for him and create a kind of an environmental portrait on his plane, right? But I mean, you can pretty much predict the problems you're gonna have. The plane's up in the air, you're not taking pictures that way, right? So you've gotta have it on the ground, you have to put it in a hangar, and so we're dealing with all these constraints, but at the end of the day, I had this vision in my head of what I wanted to shoot. Now, I didn't want to just use gels for the sake of using gels. You know what I'm talking about. Like, everybody gets in there and they're like, color theory, and you know, we're blending colors. Sometimes gels just don't make sense. And I wanted to do something that made sense. And so, right, we're back to gels for the sake of gels. So I wanted to do something that actually made sense. And here in my head anyway, I'm thinking it's sunset, it's around dusk, we've got sunset coming in, so these warm orange tones coming in, and then inside the cabin, I wanted some cooler tones, right? Which to me would be symbolic of a sunset. Well, we're not gonna get the plane up in the air and get the perfect light coming in at the perfect angle where he's looking out the window, right? That's just not how it works. So we needed a more controlled environment. Well, this led to other issues, as you could imagine. I know this is supposed to be a video about gels, but there's other issues that go into it. So let's talk about those. So now you realize you need much more of a controlled environment. And let me tell you what airports don't care about: your photo shoot. And so what we had to do was negotiate with the airport, and it's usually in the private part of the airport. It's not where American Airlines and Southwest Airlines are flying out of, or whatever airline you use. So we negotiated the use of a hangar, and that was perfect. So with the use of a hangar, we put the plane in the hangar, and we were able to put down the doors and really control lighting inside the hangar. That allowed me to position the light, and I'm going to talk to you about the light setup here in a second. It allowed me to position the light both outside and inside the cabin, and get everything set up before I wasted his time getting in the seat for the shot. So I knew everything was going to be perfect, or at least I wanted to know everything was going to be perfect before he got in. All right, so let's deconstruct this shot. So, right, we had two lights, and obviously camera lens setup that we were working with. On the outside of the plane, we had a Profoto B10 Plus with a zoom reflector and a grid and full CTO gel. That was gonna be our sunset. And in my head, I just wanted this sliver of light, right? So I didn't wanna fire the light in from the side. And you're gonna see in one of the pictures, Alyssa is outside of the plane holding it, but she's firing it at an angle, not quite parallel to the plane, but just off, right? So where she would be shooting it from the full side, that would light up and illuminate the entire cabin. But I wanted it kind of coming in at this angle to just create this kind of beam on his face as he's looking outside the plane, making eye contact with the camera. So that was kind of that vision. And inside the plane, I had a Profoto A1X with a blue gel on it, right? And that was just to illuminate the cabin and give it a little bit of color, because if you don't illuminate your shadows, you start losing control of what they're gonna look like, and it's gonna pick up all the kind of ambient in the plane in this particular situation, or worse yet, just go all black. And that's not what we wanted, right? So I wanted to create mood, and that's why I went with the orange and blue for this, and it makes sense for the type of shot you're hitting, or taking, I should say. So with that being said, I also had to make the right lens choice. So for this, I used the Canon R5 and 1535 2.8 lens. The 1535 would give me enough width, right? Very close quarters. This isn't a 747. You may like it to be, but it's not. And so it's close quarters, and I need to be able to show everything that's in there, including him, his legs, some of the ceiling. And so that's where that 1535 comes into play, but you gotta be careful. If you put your subject on the edges, right, what's gonna end up happening is they're gonna skew. I don't mind if the windows skew a little or the top of the cabin, but I don't want him skewing. So he's kind of more towards the center, and then we're using some of that negative space. and the windows leading us in. So once we got that light dialed in and the color all looked good, then I brought Wayne onto the plane, got him set up, and then I started messing with the pose, his expression, where he's looking, and that's the easy part, right? You want to get your lights dialed in. So there were 2 shots I wanted. One was a little closer, still seeing that light beam in the blue gel in the shadows, and then the other was I wanted it to be a little bit more environmental, like look like we were actually in the air. So what we did was on the wider shot, in the original you're going to see planes in the background because we're in a hangar. And then what we did was photoshopped in a sky and made sure the sky matched and had that kind of sunset look and feel. So, you know, when you're working with gels, they're exciting. It makes things look good. It adds color and vibrancy, but there's also a story that should be told. So don't just, if you decide to use gels, don't just slam gels in there for the sake of slamming gels in there. I think when you first get started with gels, and I'm talking to anyone who's getting started, when you first start working with gels, it's so exciting to see colors everywhere. But then you lose sight of what you're doing, right? Because this isn't color theory or just pretty colors and crayons. You're supposed to be telling a story with your subject, right? Take fashion off the table for a second. I'm talking about if you're working in weddings, seniors, portraits, environmental portraits, things like that. Make sure that the colors you're choosing mean something. And they don't always have to, right? Rules are made to be broken, but if you add a little something to the story, it makes for a better portrait. And in the case of Wayne, I'm hoping you agree and love this picture, it tells a better story. Now, if I'm in his shoes, a lover of planes, trains, automobiles, and now you've given me this environmental portrait where I'm on my plane and it looks like sunset and it's this nice portrait, that's something I want to put up in my office. That's something I want to share with the world and feel like that represents me and what I love and, you know, and enjoy in my everyday life. So this was a really cool project. Like I said, you want to talk about pressure? It's hard enough when we work for our clients, but when you're working for somebody that you consider a close friend and you don't want to let them down, you want to get that shot for them, that's a lot of pressure. And I did feel that pressure, no lie. I absolutely felt that pressure with Wayne and producing this for him because, you know, he owns a photo lab. He has seen more pictures in his lifetime than I could ever even hope to take. So it's gonna take a lot to impress this guy. So I hope he loves it. He hasn't seen the picture yet. So I hope he loves it, and he's actually going to be seeing it in about 4 days. So wish me luck, and I'll report back and let you know if he loved it. Oh, shit, I always forget. If you're enjoying this video, of course I hope you are, like, comment, subscribe. First of all, let me know. I don't want you just to comment like, hey Sal, what's up? Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know which was your favorite picture of the two, the wider one or the tighter one of Wayne. And let me know if you're digging that color theory, and get out there and try it. Do something cool and have a good time. I mean, that's what it's all about, right? Having fun and making great images. Who has a better job than us? So we'll see you in the next video.